Wow, wow, wow. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you've got that in your set now. Let's we're going to hear another release in just a minute from the upcoming album, but I'd like to ask you a couple of questions first. We asked from John's perspective what he had to add to the making of Marry Me. And let me just kind of ask you about what is your perspective about that trip that we took now in November around Thanksgiving, and the experience of being at Dark Horse and what that really meant to you as an artist, and also what did it just mean to you personally?
Well, first of all, it was just such an amazing experience to get to go and record in that studio because, you know, it's already just such an amazing experience to be in Nashville in general, but to be in a studio is just so amazing. And, you know, I remember whenever I first decided that we were going to put Marry Me on the album, and whenever we started recording it, you know, that was one of my favorite songs to do. It's just such a fun song to sing. And so just really with all the songs, it was just so amazing to get to feel what it's like to sing in a studio that's not in the guest bedroom. and really just to be able to sing in a space that so many different amazing artists sing.
Yeah. Before we hear this next release, Adam, I want to pick Adalyn's brain a little bit about performing with Ricky Skaggs and also being on the same stage as like Rhonda Vincent. Tell us a little bit about that experience with Ricky Skaggs first.
Well, I was sitting in this chair whenever I found out that I got to sing with Ricky Skaggs. And you know, that day is like, I'll never forget how that felt, because I remember Warren walked in and he was like, can we like tell you something real quick?
Right in the middle of a show.
He was like, this can't wait. Like, we just found out Ricky wants you in the show. And I remember for a second, I was like, you know, no, that's not real.
Hoax is this, right?
And then, you know, eventually the time came and it felt unreal. I mean, it was just so amazing. It felt like all those years just, you know, singing on the Mac stage and even just singing around at home, just being a little kid, singing along to Disney princesses. It's like just all those years, it felt like that was leading up to this.
Yeah.
You felt like you belonged there, though.
Yeah.
Once you got started and you were singing with him, you're like, you know, I belong here, too. I mean, I'm with the elites.
And there's some great video from that as well. And then she's got Rhonda Vincent's attention several times, Adam, on Facebook. You've also been on the same stage with her, and you've had a few pictures taken with her as well.
Yeah.
What has that been like?
Yeah, she's just such an amazing person. She is so nice. And, you know, I'll never forget, I remember we have a video somewhere on my phone of some advice that she gave me, and, you know, it just felt so amazing because, you know, I took inspiration from her because she's a mandolin player. She sings bluegrass, and, you know, it felt really cool to be up there with somebody who I was really inspired by.
Yeah. And you are actually entering into your last week of school before summer break next week, right? And you've probably got a big tour schedule going on this summer. We've seen some of the listings of where you're going to play, but you also have a huge opportunity coming up in August at the MAC.
Yeah.
And that's the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. Mm-hmm. So tell us who you're going to get to share another stage with on that evening.
Well, I'm going to be opening for the Woodblocks Heroes, and I'm super excited for that because they are just amazing. We went and saw them at Woodsongs. It was sometime last year,